Alright. The name is Dale, doing the movie review for Crawl, and I'm also going to do a quick recommendation / review for the Cinemax series called Warrior. These reviews and recommendations are done on behalf of Audio Liquor Magazine. Going to start off with Crawl. When I first saw the trailer for Crawl, it was something about it that sparked my interest. In normal situations with the movie with this idea, I would not give it any thought about going to actually see it at the theater. But it was something about the trailer that was telling me this might be actually good. And it was. And it is. It's not a great movie by no means, but it's far from terrible. And the movie's about this young lady who attempts to find her father during a Category 5 hurricane in Florida, some part of Florida. And they end up getting both trapped in a house that's flooding, and they also have to fight for their lives against alligators, a gang of alligators. You have a few in the house and more than a few surrounding the house as the water builds up. They did a great job with the special effects. The alligators look very real, which I am very surprised because I don't think this movie had a large budget. So with the budget they did have, they made the alligators look real. It had some good jump scares, some good horror elements to it, some good deaths with the alligators killing some folks, grabbing up some folks. You have the relationship between the daughter and the father. They have like a shaky past, so they have to rekindle their relationship and become tighter in order to survive these attacks and also survive the hurricane. The destruction to the house looks good. The different situations to try to get out the house are done very well. You can see they put some thought in different situations. 15 minutes into the movie, it kicks in and it doesn't stop. It keeps you engaged. It's a short movie, not long. I really didn't have too many problems with it. I wasn't expecting to be the greatest thing, but it was a very solid, entertaining movie. I would give this movie, I would just get it a B. It just got over the B mark. I was thinking B-, but it just made it to the B grade. It's not a movie you have to run out and go see at the theater, but if you were to see it at the movies, you wouldn't feel like you wasted your time or money on it. So it's a good summer flick. Now we're going to move on to the Cinemax series called Warrior. It's only 10 episodes, so it's not a long binge. One season so far. I believe that season ended about 2 months ago. And the concept and idea is from Bruce Lee. Yes, that Bruce Lee. He came up with this idea before he passed. And it's set in San Francisco, Chinatown, in the 1870s. And the main character, he migrates to Chinatown in San Francisco to find his lost sister. And there's like a gang war, family war between two factions of Chinatown. You have many storylines within this series. You have the Irish who are beefing with the Chinese community over work for the railroad. Their labor is cheaper, so the government or the businessmen or the contractors, they want to go with them instead of the Irishmen. And the Irishmen are upset because they're out of work, so they're beefing. And it's very martial arts heavy. It's a lot of fighting, hand-to-hand combat, which is good, which is a great thing. A lot of violence, very violent. It has its good share of sex in it. It has enough sex scenes in there. I haven't seen this much violence and sex in a Cinemax series since Banshee. If you're not aware of that series, you need to check it out. I think that's only like 4 or 5 seasons. It ended some years ago, but that's a very good series as well. And from what I've read, what I've heard, I heard an interview with Bruce Lee's daughter, And I had heard this before in the past, but if you're familiar with the TV series Kung Fu that was in the 70s, he came up with the idea for Kung Fu. Originally, he was going to be the star of that instead of David Carradine, but the studios at that time didn't think that America was ready for an Asian actor to be the lead in a TV series. So I think this is like the original idea for Kung Fu, this warrior idea. But I'm not totally sure, but there is some connection with Kung Fu and this series Warrior from what I've heard and read. So that's I found that very interesting. But yeah, I highly recommend it. I will give it an A-. Check it out. If you don't have Cinemax, maybe other ways you can watch it. But there you have it. I'm done. I'm finished.